friends, how are you today? Good. I know everyone's on edge, and I wanted to come on right away and let's say start the year out right, putting ourselves first, stretching, breathing, and checking in with our light body before we go out into the chaos of the 3D world. I'm already pretty worked out. I did a bunch of stuff for myself this morning and thought, well, I better complete the cycle and meditate with my friends. We have a situation that is right in the middle of the red root chakra. Our president has done something confrontational to a nation, and while there are certainly diplomatic efforts rolling away behind the scenes, I think we can all say we would love this political environment to take a turn away from bloodshed, and all of our raising of our consciousness, of our taking care of our very selves, is our way of taking care of the world, to help our leaders, to help our emergency responders, everybody through this time of bloodshed. There's no other way to say it. I do believe personally that the catastrophes in terms of climate and cosmic events are going to take our attention away. The thing for me was that my kids fought a lot. I only had two. When you have two, they really go dig in, trench hard. So in educating myself about parenting through that, the only real good advice that really did work was to unfairly punish both of them, and then they bond together against you. And I think that's pretty clear what's happened with Iran and Iraq today, and when you see actions that way, you can understand the good that follows. Perhaps Iran can use this event to get some of its sanctions lifted on its society. So we are going to give our best energies to the politicians, peacemakers, generals in the armies, all the powers that be, that they figure this out before they start firing nuclear weapons. And I think that's possible for people to put their intention on that, take a moment in their own brain to set that intention for the world and for it to spread. So with that in mind, let's begin. I haven't even decided what to do, what format to do today. Let's freewheel off of a 14 breath thing. I know it's up to you whether you need to turn your red chakra up or down. You need to visit your chakras, and you need to look at that red spinning ball, and you need to size it appropriately, whether you pump it up because you go small or because everything's flying around on you. Chances are your base chakra is a little out of whack, so check in with that on your own. 14 breaths starts with 2 warm-up sets of 4 in, 16 out, twice each, what we call sedentary breaths, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 breaths in and out with those hand positions. In between each of those hand positions, we hold our breath, we look down and in, up and in, and pulse, and it resets each. And there are 6 that correspond with the 6 directions of our world: northeast, south, west, up and down, and the 6 archangels, the 6 magnetic lines you have spinning out of a healthy pineal gland. You activate them. Boom. Breath 7, 8, and 9, you turn on the taps, and a shaft of your internal prana tube has energy coming from both poles, meeting in your belly, making an embryo, blowing it up, an embryo of light through 7, 8, 9. Breath 9, it turns to gold and gets its biggest size. Breath 10, you breathe in normally and it intensifies, and then you resist your breath to push it out, and that blows your embryo of light up around you, so you're creating like a fresh aura shell. There's a light eggshell around the outside of your aura, and you've just defined it like a balloon skin. And then you're going to continue to bring the light in from the poles and blow that balloon up, make the pressure so it's all smooth, and that will take 3 more breaths. The end of 13, we change our hands to this mudra, it's called, and you go from your belly to your heart on the end of 14, and you are in fourth dimensional consciousness. And we'll just say some kind of world prayer from there. Here we go. 4 breaths in, 4 counts in, 16 out. And begin. Breathe in. Breathe out, 16. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe in, 4. Breathe out, 16. Lovely. Breathe in, 4. Breathe out, 24. 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in again. And feeling the vacuum on 24. 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Push it all out and in. And there you are on the head of a pin, your consciousness. Your body's taking over on its own because you just connected it. Don't have to think about breathing beyond that. We are going to take our first finger and our thumb, put it together. Breathe in. And breathe out through your mouth. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. Second finger and thumb, breathe in. Breathe out. Hold your breath. Down and in, up and in, pulse. Fourth finger and thumb. And out. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. Pinky and thumb, breathe in. Breathe out. Down and in, up and in, pulse. First finger and thumb again, breathe in. Breathe out. Down and in, up and in, pulse. Third finger and thumb, last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Nice flow. Hold your breath. Down and in, up and in, pulse. 2 fingers together with your thumb. Breathe in on breath 7. Open. The prana tube. In rushes the light, creating a little embryo behind your belly button of light. Breathe out. That's 7. On 8, that gets bigger and more intense. Growing the light, ball of light over your belly. Bigger, bigger, brighter, brighter. Breath 8 is done. Breath 9 reaches its biggest size. On the in of 9, out of 9, turn it from white to gold. Gold ball of light in front of you, out of your embryo. Now, breath 10, you breathe in. And hold the breath back and then push through and blow it up. And you have created the outer shell of your aura, a bubble of golden light around you. You are filling it up with light coming from both your pelvis and your head, meeting in your embryo, spraying like a hydrant of light into the balloon of your aura and straightening it out. You stabilize this, breathe out on 11, breathe in on 12. By concentrating on the triangle between your hands and your third eye. 1, 2, 3. 3 points. Breathe out on 12. Stabilize that aura. Bubble of golden light. Breathe in, breathe out. 14. What happens? Oh, at the beginning of 14, hands here. You lift it to your heart on the in. And release on 14. All right, just float for a minute. You're there. Take a big hula hoop circle. 2 dimensions is fine, and spin it from 4 inches below your navel to a foot above your head. A masculine, right spinning, white hula hoop of light. And leave it there. And now take a hula hoop spinning to the left, 4 inches above your navel, a foot below your feet, and cover your lower half of your body in counterclockwise motion. Those 2 hula hoops of light, circles of light, cross over your navel. See them both together. Contrary motion is life. The male and the female in union together. Now step inside the crossover area where there is no air, no motion, because of the perfectly matching frequencies that you have set up. Now you're walking through a double archway, an archway below your feet and above your head that's the shape of an eye, a football. Figure out if you got smaller, if it got bigger, doesn't matter. You're walking through it. And now you're out on the landscape. And you see all this energy coming from the sun. There's almost a need to shade your eyes. It's so much more yellow and bright than usual. And you're drawn to it, but you know you got to take a little at a time. We haven't had a lot of solar energy lately. And what you do with an iris of your eye when it gets brighter is it pods down. What you do with a camera in a really bright setting with a 22 f-stop is you are making the iris smaller. So let's take that Vesica Pisces we just walked through and turn it down. And let's take the third eye in the middle of our forehead and make it smaller so we can absorb more. It's so we can focus inside our dynamic range of light. And it feels good. It's like adding sunglasses to your third eye. All right, that feels better. Now, see the Middle East and see the way the American military bases are all over Afghanistan to the east of Iran and all the other countries, Qatar, Syria, south and west of Iran, Iraq, and those 70,000 American soldiers and those millions and millions of people, 85 million people in Iraq who live amongst the Sumerian. Let's visit a Sumerian temple in Iran right now. You're in the desert and you can kind of tell that it's a hostile environment, but you're invisible, so it's okay. You're not afraid. And we're going to go put some light grids around the Sumerian ruins. They kind of look Greek, they kind of look Egyptian, and they kind of look like northern British Isles, Stonehenge and castles there. They have a very strange look to them, and they are sunken and dilapidated. But a lot of ancient academic knowledge came out of Iran, and we need to protect human history like it's our own, because it is. So we are going to put Christ grids. We're going to see the infinity symbol in front of us, and we are going to put Christ grids around American military bases in all of those countries and around all of the Sumerian ruins in Iran. So do that. You just order it up. It is my intention to put an electrical grid of protection around every American ship, vehicle, soldier, politician. It is my intention to put an electrical grid of protection around every Iranian Ayatollah and minister in the parliament and religious leaders and young people who were protesting against their government last week, who now join with their government against us. Christ grids around the entire countries themselves. Flower of life electrical grid that comes from concentrating on the infinity symbol on its side. It's gold, and from that infinity symbol, the Christ grid just shoots out and connects. And now let's put a Christ grid around Israel and Palestine, that all the tensions and all the possibilities for misunderstanding, what are the chances that people will die for stupid, dumb misunderstandings beyond the actual evil that's going on? Let's pour into those electrical grids the clarity of truth and patience to listen to each other and leave the past behind and move forward with a world where the Iranian people get fed and we get not attacked. And we can handle this through a peaceful electoral process, the Metatron grid over the entire Middle East. All the babies, all the moms, all the grandmas, all the people just trying to make a living today, just like I am, people of the earth. As this newly fired up conflict is distracting from our political gridlock in our country, may we break the gridlock in order to begin to bond with our allies and gain respect for who we are as Americans. Give them back their oil. Let us retreat from the region with dignity and honor. Everybody go to your base chakra. How does it feel? Mine needs shrinking. You just gotta cool it down. Heat inflames, ice shrinks. So picture, you take that red ball and you put it in the snow and you let it melt part of it until there's just a seed left, and then you take it and you put it back in your body. Now give it a giant hard spin. Mine's kind of lumpy and misshapen. Let's try again. So now I have kind of like a walnut instead of a light luminescent thing. It's like an old broken wagon wheel. It needs levity, it needs magnetic space. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a tire pump to my broken walnut wagon wheel. And I'm gonna hose it down with a special ingredient, and I don't even know what it is. It's gonna take all the tar and stiff rubber out of it. It's a torus on its side spinning to the right. And then I'm gonna grab the edges of it like a rug, and I'm gonna hang it over the line, and I'm gonna beat it with a stick. Oh, that feels good. All right, enough. We got a nice dust-free, luminescent torus. Now make that torus filled in so it's a whole three-dimensional ball. Shrink it down. Softball, golf ball, ping pong ball, peanut grain of sand. And it's strong and it's doing its job. I'm just going to work on that one chakra today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.